Greetings and salutations, YouTubers. This is ZillaFan85 back today with my latest video, doing a figure review, of course. Today we are going to go ahead and look at my Monster X Gashapon figure. So, Monster X, as you guys may know, did make his one and only film appearance in the movie Godzilla Final Wars. That was, of course, from 2004. Originally intended as sort of the, it was the 50th anniversary celebration for Godzilla, and they were, at least at the time, retiring Godzilla from his movie career, if you will. So Monster X, basically the final villain of the movie, monster-wise. Anyways, so any spoilers here, if I mention, I apologize, but just keep that in mind going forward with this, because we do know that this form, though, was actually a disguised form, and he was actually able to transform himself into his true state, which of course was Kaiser Ghidorah. Kaiser Ghidorah was certainly an interesting design, a different take on King Ghidorah anyway. I don't know, though, just for some reason I just kind of more liked him in this form as Monster X. I just thought it was a very cool design and all that, and was definitely glad to get a hold of this Gashapon figure of him. For the longest time, this was the only figure of Monster X that I had. Now, in the recent past, I don't know, I'd say within the last year or so, I was able to get a hold of the Bandai Monster X, which is certainly, well, obviously standard size figure, but more of a larger size, though, because it's actually in the 8-inch range. A lot of people said they were hoping they would make a 6-inch version, but to date, as far as standard size figures go, that's really the only one you're going to find is that Bandai 8-inch figure. But nonetheless, that's an awesome, awesome Bandai figure, and I was really glad I got a hold of it. I got a decent deal considering what it goes for because it's pretty rare. I will definitely cover that in the future. For now, I want to go ahead and get this guy knocked out. And while I'm on that topic as well, I know I mentioned last time that I'm going to probably be trying to knock out the rest of my Gashapons, which is still true, as far as like what's coming up for my videos here. I'm going to try to knock out the rest of my Gashapon figures, this way I can just solely concentrate on my standard size figures. But I am going to probably throw a couple other stuff in there, standard size figures and whatnot in between, just to kind of mix it up for you guys a little bit. So, so just wanted to mention that. Now, to go ahead and jump into this one, this figure was actually supposed to come with an accessory, and it did. It has a base for Monster X to sit on. As you can see, he's got the pegs there. Let's see if we can pick it up on the camera. You can see on the bottom of his feet and the bottom of his tail, he's got those 3 pegs. So again, that he was supposed to be able to sit on those on the base. It was like a rocky sort of base and be displayed like that. I unfortunately lost the base. I don't know where it is. So, but nonetheless, I don't know. I kind of just like having him displayed like this, just standing in a pose, cool looking pose for him. So just wanted to get that out of the way first and foremost. And I also, with that as well, I forgot to mention that with the Kamacuras and Kumonga Gashapon figures, I know Kumonga did also come with like a base that was more like a clear translucent color. Again, I don't know what happened to it, but again, I don't mind just standing them as is. So anyways, let's jump into it. Start with the paint here. And just so you guys know, these legs and the tail are very loose with this figure, so I guess the base does kind of support that. Since I don't have it, though, I ended up, because they're always popping out, I ended up just earlier today Gorilla gluing these together so to keep them in place more permanently. So hopefully it does hold together. Gorilla Glue seems to work like a charm. Anyway, so you can see, though, along his body he's got sort of this grayish color. He's got like a doled out gray. I wouldn't say it's silver. I would say it's more like a gray color there, as you guys can see, or like either a very off-white or a gray, and then of course mixed in with the black color, and the black does look really, really nice with the gray. As long as the camera picks it up, you can see it's got that sort of almost sleek look to it. Almost like when you see the alien xenomorphs, their skin tone has that almost like slimy look, and Monster X sort of has that a little bit. So that's kind of cool that they did that. It might have been a nod to it. I'm not 100% sure, but it looks really good. So you can see all the blacks and the grays mixed together on his color scheme here, and then of course for his eyes here, if I could pick it up with the camera. So you see he's got the main head and then of course the two outer heads, which obviously was a clue to what he was. So, but they have the little red dots, excuse me, for the eyes there. So those look really, really cool. I like that. And as far as paint goes, that's pretty much about it for him. Pretty basic. But for detail wise, though, certainly looks really good. And you know, again, this being a Gashapon figure, which of course is a minifigure, they actually really did pay nice attention to detail. So you guys can see all the grooves, scaling that they captured on his head. I'm really trying to pick it up on camera. I do apologize, folks, here. Just got to hope that the camera does cooperate, but you guys can see all of that there. And again, you can see the elongated head, almost like a nod to like a xenomorph type head. So that is pretty cool. I never really thought about it before, honestly, but as I'm reviewing this, I'm kind of thinking about it now. But yeah, it looks really cool. You got the patterning for the horns on the top of his head there. Those look really nice. You can see them segmented with the nice grooves on them. Again, the menacing red for the eyes there, and of course you got the nostrils there. Design on his face as well. It's a little hard to see. Again, it is a small figure, but they did capture that detail work pretty well. And of course, going down his body, you got the spines going down his back and into his tail. Made sure to capture all those spines and spikes very well. On the arms, all the nice patterning there, all the nice grooves, and they are textured very well. If you run your finger across it, you can really feel the texturing that they did for all these grooves and all that. Got the nice sharp claws for his hands. The feet are almost like boots there, as opposed to actual feet, which is certainly an interesting thing you don't usually see with kaiju. So that's pretty awesome. Again, all the nice patterning there, the nice line segments on the black part of his skin there. Very scaly again. Like I said, kind of very xenomorph looking. At least in my opinion anyways. I don't know if that's what they were going for, but I certainly do pick up on that as I look at him. So I just kind of never thought about it before. But yeah, it looks really cool. I like the patterning on the chest here with the gray and the black. It looks really awesome. So yeah, that's one thing here with this Gashapon figure. They really paid attention to detail. Definitely love it. For articulation, again, it is a Gashapon, so you're really not going to get much. Pieces do go into place. The arms pretty much situated where they are. Like I said, the legs and the tail basically the same as well. For the head, the two outer heads, you can get a little bit of movement back and forth here, because the pegs sort of allow it. Just make sure you don't pop anything out of place, but you got a little bit of wiggle room to do a little bit of work. The standard Bandai one, though, definitely has better range of movement, of course, because that's actually meant for some articulation, which I'll definitely show you guys when I do get to that figure review. But yeah, but it's kind of neat, though. Again, mainly a display piece, though, obviously. So. And then, of course, again, like I said, it's a Gashapon figure, so it is a minifigure. It's about 3 inches tall, I would say, if just my best guess. So not terribly small, but again, it is mini, so just keep that in mind. Price-wise, this guy should be fairly affordable. see him pretty readily available on eBay and all that, usually within a $20 price range or less. If you're looking maybe for like the Kaiser Ghidorah Gashapon figure, that's a bit of a different story. That's a bit more rare, so that one might be a little costlier. I don't have that one in my collection, so I couldn't tell you for sure, but this one not terribly expensive though. So as a way to at least get a Monster X in your collection, because again, the Bandai one that one's a rare figure and that one is very costly. So I really have not seen that for less than $100. So and sometimes I've seen it for upwards of a couple $100. So just keep that in mind. So as long as you don't mind having a mini or you just want to add this to your collection, I definitely, I can't really pick it up here on the camera, but I definitely give it the thumbs up. So, so definitely do recommend it, folks. I think other than that, that should about cover it for this figure review. I would definitely like to thank you so much for watching. If you would like to subscribe, please feel free to do so. If you would like to like and or comment on any of my videos, please feel free to do so as well. And just remember, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, you be good to yourselves, and sayonara.